Hey there, welcome to the 9th episode of Under the Radar. In the last episode, I covered my old band, Midwest Blue, in our first EP. And around that same time, that was like 2002 when that came out, my good friend I mentioned in this series a couple times at least, he used to be in a band called I Know Mike Newman, and actually Midwest Blue, our first show before we were Midwest Blue, we had one show before that, and it was with his old band I Know Mike Newman. But anyway, he started a band after I Know Mike Newman disbanded, and in this episode I'm going to cover the very first release that they released and then tie it into a later release that they released. And the first release they put out was an EP entitled Bloodtype Rock by Johnny Bodacious and the Bad Attitudes. And this was not only their first release as JBBA, but it was also the first catalog release in John's independent label, Blinded by Billboards. And he would go on to release other releases as well as this, a bunch of other different bands. He did a Food Not Bombs compilation that had bands like Fat Sally, Captain Supreme, The Broke Downs, and my band Midwest Blue was also on there. John was really into Planet X records and Asian Man records and really just wanted to create a very punk rock DIY mentality when he did this. And it was actually really cool because he would burn these CDRs and then spray paint the fronts of them and make his own inserts. It's kind of cool. Released on CDR. I think most of the Blinded by Billboards catalog was released on CDR. Anyway, Bloodtype Rock was a pretty raw recording. I think they did that in a garage, if I'm not mistaken. I just remember them writing this. I used to hang out with them a lot in McHenry when before they moved back to Wonder Lake and started the EWL house and got more involved with, booking a lot of touring bands and just, very, very involved in the DIY punk rock scene. And our buddy Anthony Moraga did the artwork to this. It was recorded by Eric Osland. And this release had 7 songs on it, which all but one of them were re-recorded later on their full-length album entitled From Here to Outer Space, which was also a split release between Blinded by Billboards Records and Cassette Deck Media, which I believe John had a lot to do with as well. And I'll definitely be covering more Cassette Deck releases in the future. But man, the recording of this was definitely a lot more was put into this. And actually one of my favorite songs that John's ever written is on here. And I always tell him, like every time we talk on the phone, I'm like, dude, Barrett Hart is such a good song. And I just love Barrett Hart like so much.
Think I'm
yeah, I did a lot of shows with Johnny Bodacious when they first started. After Johnny Bodacious and the Bad Attitudes broke up, they formed another band called Box Slutter, which you should check them out as well. But yeah, mad shoutouts to John Fawcett and Brian Fawcett. Definitely some people that had a big influence on me. And again, like watching them grind all the time in high school with I Know Mike Newman, and then continuing to run things on a DIY basis, doing basement shows, paying touring bands, putting out releases. Very, very cool people, and definitely love them big time. As I said previously, John was really into Planet X records, and if you are at all into Planet X or know who they are, or like, you know, Operation Clip Clavin, which is the band that owned Planet X records, definitely more in that vein of style and ethics, and yeah, just a cool thing. But yeah, anyway, thanks again, you guys, for tuning in. I guess in most recent events, we're all kind of quarantined at the current moment that I'm broadcasting this in history. So feel free, if you want to check out my record label, Alarm Clock Revolution, feel free to go to alarmclockrevolution.bandcamp if you want to download anything for free. You just need some new stuff to listen to. You can always donate too. But yeah, go get that stuff for free. In other news, I just dropped the Flying Saucers video by Slave to Servant, and it's been getting some good responses. Pretty entertaining little alien chase going on with NASA employees. And next up is going to be a video that I'm going to drop this Friday for the song Atonement, where I filmed half of the footage when I was on my vacation in Southern California, and then I filmed the other half at the studio that I recorded all the Slave to Servant stuff with Jesse Sprinkle playing drums. So we did some studio kind of vacation footage, kind of a goofy video. But if you're quarantined like I am, then maybe it'll be a nice little escape, checking out a beach and a bunch of goofiness. So in the next episode, which will be coming to you very soon, I will be talking about a little bit more that's going on regarding my full-length record that is being mixed right now. And again, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you. I look forward to broadcasting the next episode. Thanks for your time.